So I just got back from the store and I did my dishes and I'm having my coffee. But I wanted to put a video out there because I do save all my glass jars. I save all my glass jars and I store things in them and like all of them. So I clean the labels off, and this is my favorite one. And I'm collecting these because they are almost like a little barrel, and that's what I got my sauerkraut in. So when I'm able to learn how to make my own sauerkraut, this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use these. So, yeah, so I've saved all the lids and I have these. I just need to get the weights that you have that you put inside. And I'm going to purchase it through either Roots and Refuge Farm on YouTube or Whispering Willow Farm, because they have those little plugs that you put on top. Yeah, so I have an awful lot of mason jars. I have really nice ones, and I have like every different size of mason jars. But, you know, I don't necessarily want to throw stuff in the landfill if I can use it. So all my jars, they're really that. It's saving it from the landfill. And it's going to be one heck of a heavy load if I ever move from here. But I do have a lot of those bins that I can put it in and just move it like that. So organization is the key, especially at my age. Anyhow, I do have Tostitos, so I buy a lot of Tostitos because I put that in my soups. I'm going to stick this back on the glass so you can see what it is. So these type of labels, right? They from the front and the back. So if you run it under warm water, it literally just peels off just like that. So then everybody says, well, I don't want to buy that goo stuff, right? You don't have to. You need baking soda and soap, dish soap. And the best dish soap is the cheap green dish soap, and that's all you use. So what you do is you take your jar. Here, I'm going to try to. So you take your jar and you put, I keep my in a Tostitos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tablespoon of the baking soda. And I'm literally just going to like spread it on, just kind of hit it on, because there's glue on there, don't forget, right? And then I've run out of dish soap. I have a big one, but I don't really need it. So, and then you just put a little bit of dish soap on. You let it sit for a few minutes. So I'm just going to leave it here for a few minutes in the sink. I'm just going to leave it sitting there in the sink. Yeah, so you should leave it there. So we had one heck of a storm here where I am last night. And we basically had, I swear we had like a foot of snow. There was a lot of snow. But I'm the one, I was complaining. Before Christmas, or during Christmas. I was saying, we're not getting any snow for Christmas, and I'm in Canada, and that's, this sucks, right? And look out the window. It is wicked out there. I'll post a picture if I can of where I am. But I'm kind of new at these editing skills, and I wish I had a proper camera, but I don't. So, you know, it is what it is. So I just got back from the store, and while I was over there, they have those little booths set up where they have, you know, they give you a little taste of stuff that you can purchase, right? So they had a booth with tuna, and I eat a lot of tuna because it's like $1.29 at the store where I frequent. And sometimes you can get the no name brand for 99 cents. Now, it is what it is. Sometimes I add it to eggs and I make like a tuna pot pie kind of thing, you know, with the eggs. I forget, quiche. It's like a quiche. So I put the tuna, the eggs, the onions, all the spices, and it makes an amazing meal. It's a really, really good meal. It's cheap and it's very filling and very nutritious for me because it's got the protein and it's got the eggs and all that, right? So. And sometimes if I feel a little ritzy, I'll put a little bit of cream in there. Otherwise, it's milk, or sometimes I don't put anything except for the eggs and the tuna. But they were selling the tuna. And they had the little containers with a little bit of tuna in it. With the girl had cut up some tomatoes and stuff in the store, and she had actually mixed it with the tuna and put it in the little container. So I thought, okay, well, I can try that, because I wasn't going to try the pasta that the other girl had. So I took the tuna and I gave it a try, and oh my God, it was like to die for. I can't remember the name of the tuna. However, it was on sale. So I asked how much it's on sale for. And the other girl came over and she said, well, it's $7 and I think 69 cents, right, for a tin. I said, $7? Really? Oh, I can't. It's too. I said it tastes amazing, and if it was cheaper, I'd be buying it. But I said, as a senior where I live, I don't make enough money, so it's too expensive for me. So the girl said, well, did you know that when we do these booths that we're supposed to say what the customers say? I said, well, I would buy it if it was like $2. I would buy it because it's really, really good. And she said, well, we'll write that down. So she reminded the girl to write it down. I had no idea that they did that. But they had two. They had one on each side, and one was salted and one wasn't salted. The one that was salted had 398 milligrams, or grams, milligrams, I think, of salt, right? In it, in the can. And we're talking a can of tuna. It's like this big, right? 300, and I think it was 89, I think it was milligrams. It might be. I'm not sure. You have to just trust me on that. It had more salt than the other one. The other one had like 99 milligrams, and this one had like 389. So, I mean, think about it, right? And I was thinking, okay, well, I don't mind the salt. I would rather the salt than the sugar. So I said, well, I would more than likely buy the 99 milligram sodium one, because I can mix it with other things and I can dilute that sodium with other things, like if I was putting it in a quiche. So I left and I wasn't able to purchase it. And the girl was so sweet. The older lady that was working, she said, I shouldn't say older because she was much younger than me. And she said, well, you know what? The no-name one is on for $1.29, I think, on sale, or 99, I'm not sure. So yeah, I should have got a tin of tuna, but it was so nice of her to actually point me in the direction where that's the type of people that you want working at a store, that understand where you're coming from, that understand that you can't afford those big, expensive steaks. I mean, I was lucky to get the meat that I got the other day for under $6. And then I had got some pork loin roasts. I got two of them, and I got each one for under $5 or under $6. So I have a lot of meat in my freezer, which I'm not going to be hurting for meat in the month of January at all. However, the fresh vegetables I do have a problem with. So what I do is I purchase the frozen vegetables. So I purchase these, and that's because when they're frozen like this, I get the nutrients that I need, and I can't always afford to buy the fresh produce. So you basically do what you got to do. So I do have enough of that, but yeah, so I was really pleased with the girl, the fact that she actually pointed me in the direction of what I needed. So, okay, so let's get back to this because I think it's being a senior and I don't really have a lot of people to talk to, so you're it. Anyway, so I peel these off and then I put a little bit of baking soda and soap on it, right? And then I basically get a little bit of water and I kind of move it around. And it literally, I use my hands to literally peel it off. Like it just, like look, it comes right off. It comes right off. So, and I mean, you could use a knife here. I'll show you. So you could use the back edge of a knife, right? And you just scrape it down. It comes right off. Because of the baking soda, I think. I'll show you. I'll do this and then I'll show you what it looks like. Like, see? Like, look. Like, it makes me wonder what's in that goo be gone stuff. Because baking soda works wonders for a lot of things, right? And a lot of the times yourself, what happens is you'll be taking the sticker off and there'll be a film that's left. There'll be a film that's left. Okay, so now remember, I only have one side. I did one side. Okay. Okay. Now I gotta put my glasses on. There you go. So there's the side that's not done yet. It's still got the film on it. And there is the side that is done. Like, you can't beat it. So I don't know. The baking soda seems to take it off, and it's like shiny, shiny, shiny. And there's the side with the film on it. So, I mean, look at from one to the other. Baking soda works. Baking soda and a tiny little bit of dish soap, especially that cheap green stuff. It works really well. I don't know if it's because it's more alkaline based, and that could very well be. Very well could be. But all I know is that. I mean, it's saving a lot of these glass jars from the landfill. So just a little tidbit for you, and I shall see you on the next video. The good Lord be with you. Bye.